This should have been a routine traffic stop. Instead, it destroyed careers. Interstate 95, middle of the day. A black woman driving a Camry at 68 in a 70, just heading to her niece's graduation. Then a patrol car swerves in front of her, nearly clips her bumper, and forces her onto the shoulder with no warning. She stops, heart pounding. Two troopers step out. The first one storms toward her car. Bang! His fist slams the hood so hard it shakes. Get out, now! She steps out with hands visible. He grabs her wrist, twists it behind her back, and slams her against the car. You people always have excuses. The second trooper tears through her car, dumping her purse on the asphalt. No warrant. Cars pass by watching, but nobody stops. But her phone's been recording everything. And they don't know who she really is. What happens next will make you furious, then show you justice can still win. Stay with me. Angela Wilson closes a case file at 9 a.m. Martinez v. Fulton County Sheriff's Department. Excessive force. Unlawful arrest. She ruled for the plaintiff. Ordered retraining. Another police misconduct case. Another system that protects the badge. The irony won't hit her until later. She locks her chambers. Heads out. Today's about family. Jasmine's graduation. Valedictorian. Full ride to Spelman. 2 hours to Savannah. White roses on the passenger seat. Wrapped in the back. Her phone buzzes. Jasmine. Aunt Angie, my friend Maya got pulled over yesterday, searched her car for an hour, found nothing. She's scared to drive now. Angela's jaw tightens. Types back. Tell Maya she did nothing wrong. Love you. She merges onto I-95, sets cruise control at 68, 2 under the limit. Always 2 under. Her father taught her that. 1990, outside Macon. 3 officers. 2 hours on the roadside while they tore their car apart searching for drugs that didn't exist. Her father, hands on the wheel, voice calm, while 14-year-old Angela sat frozen in the back seat. No ticket, no arrest, no apology, just, you're free to go, after they'd searched every inch. Her father never talked about it after. Survive first, he'd told her once. Fight later if you can. She's survived. She's fought. She's won from the bench. Today, she just wants to watch her niece graduate. 3 miles behind her, Officer Derek Sullivan follows. He's been tracking the Camry since mile marker 109. Black woman, driving carefully. Too carefully. He doesn't know who she is yet. I don't care, just another stop. Another number toward his monthly benchmark. His radio crackles. Not normal dispatch. Different frequency. Code 10 to 52. Asset interdiction priority. Sullivan keys his mic. Unit 23, I've got a possibility. He runs the plates. Registration comes back clean. They always do. But clean plates don't matter when you need to hit quota. His dash cam blinks. Recording. It's been recording since the shift started. But Sullivan knows which files get corrupted later, which stops disappearing. 5 years of practice. He accelerates, closes distance, mile marker 110, 111, 112. Sullivan hits his lights, red, blue. In her mirror, Angela sees them. That familiar drop in her stomach, the one that never goes away. She checks her speed. 68. Check her lane. Center. Steady. There's no reason for this stop. But her father's voice, survive first. She signals. Slow. Pulls onto the shoulder. Gravel crunches. The roses tremble. Sullivan parks behind her. Take his time. Let her sit. Let her wonder. He doesn't know the woman in that Camry holds more power than his badge, more authority than his gun. He doesn't know this routine, and a quota-filling stop will cost him everything. But he's about to learn. Her father's lesson was survival first, fight later. But what happens when survival isn't enough anymore? The trooper stops at her window. Don't lean down. Just stands there, looking down through dark sunglasses. The nameplate reads, Sullivan, badge S156. License and registration. Not a question. A command. Angela keeps her hands visible, reaches slowly for her purse. May I ask why I was stopped, officer? License and registration first, ma'am. She hands them over. Both current, both clean. Sullivan walks back to his cruiser. Through her mirror, Angela watches him talking into his radio. Too long for a routine check. His hand gestures, animated. Then she sees it. Sullivan reaches into his patrol bag, pulls something out. Small, brown, a bottle, holding it low, away from his dashcam angle. Her breath catches. Sullivan returns. Do you know why I pulled you over? No, officer. You changed lanes without signaling. Mile marker 110. Officer, I haven't changed lanes in over 15 miles. Are you arguing, ma'am? Step out, now. Angela unbuckles, steps out. Heat hits her. Sullivan points to the rear. Stand there. She walks back. Traffic slows. Cars watch. Sullivan circles her Camry, stops at the passenger side, leans close to the window, his back to her. His hand moves. I'm going to search your vehicle. I do not consent to a search. Sullivan's head snaps up. Excuse me? I do not consent. Do you have probable cause? He keys his radio. Unit 47, Unit 23, requesting backup, mile marker 112, driver refusing to cooperate. Refusing to cooperate. That goes in the report. 2 minutes later, a second patrol car arrives. Younger trooper, Thompson. But he doesn't look at Angela. He looks at Sullivan. Then the ground. Hand near his radio. Nervous. He knows something. Sullivan moves to her driver door, peers inside. Ma'am, is that an open container I see? Angela's blood runs cold. There's no container in my vehicle. I see it right there. Passenger floor. The bottle, the one he palmed. Officer, that's not... You people always have an excuse, Sullivan mutters. Just loud enough. Thompson shifts. Look away. A black SUV slows in the left lane, tinted windows, no markings. It doesn't pass, just crawls by, watching, then speeds up. Gone. Sullivan notices. Hand moves to his belt. A pickup truck slows. The driver holds up his phone. Recording. Sir, keep moving, Sullivan shouts. The man doesn't speed up, just films, makes eye contact with Angela, nods, then he's gone. Sullivan turns back. Ma'am, I need you to take a sobriety test. I haven't been drinking. That's what they all say. Hands on the vehicle. Thompson clears his throat. Sarge, maybe... I've got this, Thompson. Thompson backs away. Silent. Complicit. But Sullivan doesn't know. Inside Angela's purse, her phone has been recording since he approached. Every word, every threat, every bottle he thinks no one saw. 8 minutes of audio, crystal clear. Sullivan reaches for his cuffs. Ma'am, turn around. Officer Sullivan, Angela says quietly. Before you do that, I need to tell you something. He stops. What? I'm a federal judge, and you've just committed several crimes on a recording that's already backed up to the cloud. The air changes. Thompson's eyes go wide. Sullivan's hand freezes, 2 against 1. No one stops. But Angela's phone captured everything, and it's about to change the game. Sullivan's face drains of color. You're a what? Federal judge, Northern District of Georgia. Thompson steps back, literally backs away toward his cruiser, away from Sullivan, away from this. But Sullivan recovers fast. Years of practice. Your Honor, if there's been a misunderstanding... There's no misunderstanding. You pulled me over without probable cause. You attempted to plant evidence in my vehicle, and you're on record. Every word. Sullivan's radio crackles. Not dispatch, that other frequency. Unit 23 status? Sullivan hesitates, keys his mic. 10-4 situation. Under control. But it's not, and he knows it. The black SUV returns. Slow. Pulls onto the shoulder behind Thompson's cruiser. A man emerges. Suit. No uniform. Mid-40s. Badge clipped to his belt. He approaches with authority. Officers, is everything all right here? Sullivan straightens. Relief floods his face. Detective Morrison. Yes, sir. Just a traffic stop. Morrison looks at Angela. Study her carefully. Eyes calculating. Ma'am, I'm Detective Carl Morrison, Internal Affairs. I happen to be monitoring radio traffic. Mind if I ask what's happening? Angela meets his eyes. Something's off. Officer Sullivan pulled me over without cause and attempted to plant an open container in my vehicle. Morrison's expression doesn't change. That's a serious allegation, ma'am. It's on camera. Your camera, you mean? Your word against a decorated officer's. The shift is subtle but unmistakable. He's not here to investigate. He's here to contain. Morrison turns to Sullivan. Did you locate an open container? Yes, sir. Passenger floor. Angela's jaw clenches. That bottle wasn't in my vehicle when I was pulled over. Morrison sighs, like he's heard it all before. Ma'am, I understand you're upset, but making false accusations— I'm not making accusations, I'm stating facts. I'm Federal Judge Angela Wilson, Northern District, and I suggest you reconsider your position, Detective. Morrison's eyes narrow. Recognition. Then calculation. Judge Wilson. I see. Look, Your Honor, maybe we can resolve this quietly. Professionally. No reports filed, no complaints. You go on your way. Everyone walks away clean. There it is. The shakedown. Not for money. For silence. Are you suggesting I let this go? Angela asks quietly. I'm suggesting that escalating this doesn't benefit anyone. You've got a reputation to protect, a career. These officers have families, pensions. So do I. Sometimes discretion is the better part of valor. Thompson shifts uncomfortably. Looks like he wants to disappear. A minivan slows in the right lane. The driver, a young white woman, maybe 25, holds her phone out the window. Recording, not hiding it. Ma'am, put that phone away, Sullivan shouts. This is official police business. She doesn't. Just keeps filming as she crawls past. Morrison notices. His jaw tightens. Sullivan, get that phone. I can't stop traffic for— Do your job. But the minivan's already gone. And she's not alone. A sedan 2 cars back. Another phone. Another witness. Morrison turns back to Angela. His voice drops. Harder now. Your Honor, I'm trying to help you. But if you push this, it gets messy. You file a complaint, we investigate. Your credibility gets questioned. Every ruling you've made gets scrutinized. The union files ethics complaints. Your life becomes very difficult, trust me. Is that a threat, Detective? It's reality. I've seen judges lose their seats. That's when Angela fully understands. This isn't damage control. This is corruption. Morrison isn't investigating officers, he's protecting them. She reaches slowly into her purse. Morrison's hand goes to his weapon. Hands where I can see them. Now! I'm getting my second phone, Angela says calmly, because the first one has been live streaming this entire conversation to a federal server. Your threat, your shakedown, all of it. Morrison freezes. And this second phone? Angela shows the screen. FBI Field Office, Atlanta Division. This is how I contact the federal agents investigating Post 6. I'm not just a judge, Detective. I'm a federal witness. It's mostly a bluff. The FBI contact is real. She reported the threat last week. But there's no active investigation. Yet. Morrison's face goes from calculated to furious. He reaches for her phone. Give me that. Angela steps back. Touch me or my property, and you've committed felony assault on a federal judge. in front of multiple witnesses. Morrison's hand stops mid-air. Traffic has slowed to a crawl. Multiple phones out. Multiple cameras. And that minivan driver? She posted. TikTok, Instagram, Twitter. OMG, black woman pulled over. She's a federal judge and they tried to plant evidence. 12,000 views. 15,000. 20,000. Climbing in real time. Sullivan's radio crackles. Unit 23, be advised, we're getting multiple calls about a video involving your unit. Confirm the situation. Sullivan looks at Thompson, at Morrison. The phones are still filming. This isn't a traffic stop anymore. It's live evidence. Viral evidence. And the world is watching. Angela looks directly at Morrison. Last chance, detective. Walk away and let me go. Or explain to the FBI why you threatened a federal witness. Morrison's jaw works. Then he steps back. Sullivan, let her go. But sir, I said let her go. Angela walks to her car. Pauses. Detective Morrison, Officer Sullivan, Officer Thompson. I'll be filing formal complaints with the Georgia Bureau of Investigation, the FBI Civil Rights Division, and the 11th Circuit Judicial Council. You'll be hearing from attorneys, all three of you. She gets in. Start the engine. In her rearview mirror, Morrison is already on his phone. Frantic. Damage control. Too late. The video's out there. Spreading. Her hands start shaking now. Only now. After. She drives 2 miles, pulls into a rest stop. Her phone buzzes. Jasmine. Where are you? Ceremony starting. Angela looks at the time. 1:47 p.m. She's late, but this can't wait. She opens her contacts. Jennifer Davis, Atlanta Journal-Constitution. She presses call. Time to turn evidence into exposure. Time to make sure this never happens to anyone else. Angela doesn't drive straight to Savannah. She sits in that rest stop parking lot for 10 minutes. Engine running, air conditioning blasting, hands gripping the steering wheel. Not from fear anymore, from fury. Fury for Jasmine, who texted about her friend Maya being searched for an hour. Fury for Tiffany Brown and the 42 other names she doesn't know yet but will. Fury for her father, who taught her to survive first because fighting back wasn't an option in 1990. Fury for every black driver who's ever felt that drop in their stomach when lights flash in the mirror. Her phone rings. Jennifer Davis. Angela? I got your message. What's going on? Angela takes a breath. I need you to listen carefully. Don't interrupt. Don't ask questions until I'm done. Okay. I was pulled over on I-95 today. Officer Derek Sullivan, Georgia State Patrol. He attempted to plant an open container in my vehicle. When I identified myself as a federal judge, a detective from Internal Affairs showed up, not to investigate, but to threaten me, to make me drop it. Silence on the other end. Jennifer, this isn't just about one bad cop. Sullivan's been doing this for years, and Internal Affairs has been covering for him. There's a system here, a pattern, and I think it goes deeper than traffic stops. How deep? Angela pulls out her phone, opens the recording from the stop, scrolls through, finds what she's looking for. That radio call, the one Sullivan made before he pulled her over. Unit 23, I've got a possibility. Code 1052. Code 1052. She looked it up while sitting here. It's not standard Georgia State Patrol code. It's not even law enforcement code. It's a custom, internal. Jennifer, I need you to pull everything you can on Post 6. Stop data, complaint records, financial audits, civil asset forfeiture. I think Sullivan and Morrison are part of something bigger. Like what? I don't know yet, but that detective, Morrison, he showed up too fast, like he was already in the area, already monitoring. And Sullivan's radio traffic? He was using codes I've never heard in 20 years of prosecuting cases. Jennifer's typing. Give me 48 hours. I've got sources at GSP, and I've been tracking civil forfeiture patterns for a story I never finished. If there's something there, I'll find it. There's something there, Angela says. I can feel it. She hangs up. Look at her phone. The recording is still playing silently. Then she notices something she missed before. In the background of the recording, while Sullivan was talking to Morrison, while they were threatening her. A voice on Sullivan's radio. Faint. Almost inaudible. Asset confirmed. Green light on interdiction. Asset. Not suspect. Not a vehicle. Asset. Like she was cargo. Like this wasn't about law enforcement at all. Angela rewinds. Play it again. Enhances the volume. There's more. HH protocol. Advise when clear. HH protocol. She doesn't know what that means, but she's going to find out. She starts the car. Not toward Savannah, toward Atlanta, toward her chambers, toward her files. Because if this is what she thinks it is, if Sullivan and Morrison are part of a coordinated operation targeting drivers for asset seizure, then this isn't just racial profiling, it's organized theft, under color of law. And Angela Wilson didn't spend 20 years in the justice system to watch it be weaponized against the people it's supposed to protect. Her phone buzzes. Jasmine. Aunt Angie, where are you? The ceremony's over. I'm worried. Angela's chest tightens. She missed it. She missed Jasmine's graduation because she was sitting on the side of I-95 being treated like a criminal. She types back, I'm so sorry, baby. Something happened. I'll explain everything. I love you. I'm so proud of you. Then she adds, and I promise you, what happened to me today will never happen to you. I'm going to make sure of it. She puts the phone down, merges back onto I-95. Southbound now, toward Atlanta, not running away, running toward evidence, toward accountability, toward the fight her father couldn't have. Her hands don't shake anymore. They're steady on the wheel, steady and ready. Jennifer calls back in 36 hours, not 48. Angela, we need to meet, now, not over the phone. They meet at a coffee shop in Decatur. Corner booth, laptops out. Jennifer's face is pale. I found something, and it's worse than you think. She spins her laptop around. Spreadsheet. 5 years of data. 31 formal complaints against Officer Derek Sullivan. 29 from Black or Latino drivers. 0 disciplinary action, not 1. Angela leans forward. Study the numbers. Each row a person. Each person has a story like hers. The dashcam footage? That's where it gets interesting. 40% missing or corrupted. But here's the pattern. It's only missing in complaint cases. Traffic stops without complaints? Perfect footage. Crystal clear. Every single time. That's not equipment failure. No, that's systematic evidence destruction. Jennifer clicks another tab. Then I got this. Anonymous email. Sent to me this morning. Subject line, you should see this. A PDF. Internal memo. Georgia State Patrol. Dated May 2024. From Captain Gerald Hayes. To Post 6 patrol officers. Highway Interdiction Performance Standards. Effective June 1st. Officers in the top quartile for highway interdiction stops will be eligible for quarterly performance bonus consideration. Benchmarks will be evaluated based on stop frequency, citation rates, and asset interdiction outcomes. Command encourages proactive enforcement to maintain public safety standards. Angela reads it 3 times. Each word is more damning than the last. They're incentivizing stops. More stops equals more money. It's a quota system. Disguised as performance metrics. And look at that phrase. Asset interdiction outcomes. Civil forfeiture. They're rewarding officers for seizing cash and property. Exactly. And when you reward something, you get more of it. Even if you have to manufacture reasons. Jennifer pulls out her phone. I contacted 18 of the people who filed complaints. Most wouldn't talk, too scared, worried about retaliation, but one agreed to go on record. She presses play. A woman's voice comes through the speaker, quiet but steady, determined. My name is Tiffany Brown. I'm a registered nurse in Brunswick, Georgia. Officer Derek Sullivan pulled me over 3 times in 2 years. Same stretch of Interstate 95, same 20-mile corridor. The first time, he said I was following too close, made me get out of my car. I searched for it for 30 minutes, found nothing. Let me go with a warning, no ticket. A pause. Breath. The second time was 6 months later, same road. He said my brake light was out. It wasn't. I'd just had my car inspected 2 weeks before. Same thing, search. Nothing, warning. Another pause, longer. The third time was last summer. July, like you. Hot day. He said I was speeding. I wasn't. I know I wasn't because after the second time, I'm terrified of that road. I set my cruise control at 65, 5 miles under the limit, but he pulled me over anyway. Tiffany's voice cracked slightly. He made me stand on the shoulder for 30 minutes while he went through everything. My purse, my trunk, my glove box, cars driving past. People are staring. I felt like a criminal, like I'd done something wrong. And then he found $300 in my purse. My rent money. I just cashed my paycheck. He said it was suspicious for me to have that much cash. Asked where I got it. I told him, my paycheck, I'm a nurse, I just cashed it. He took it. Said it was evidence of possible drug trafficking. Said I could file to get it back, but I'd need to hire a lawyer and go through civil court. I didn't have money for a lawyer. I could barely pay rent. So I lost it. $300. My rent money. A long silence. And the worst part? I thought it was my fault. I thought maybe I do look suspicious. Maybe there's something about me that makes them think I'm a criminal. I thought I was paranoid, but I wasn't. I was right. The recording ends. The coffee shop feels too quiet, too normal. People ordering lattes while Tiffany Brown's voice hangs in the air. Angela's jaw tightens. Her hands grip the edge of the table. How many others like her? 18 willing to talk. But think about how many aren't. How many lost cash and just accepted it. Because fighting costs money they don't have. Because the system is designed to make it too expensive to challenge. Where did all that money go? Jennifer clicks to another document. Financial audit. Georgia Department of Public Safety. Civil asset forfeiture revenue for Post 6. Last 2 fiscal years combined, $3.6 million seized. That's cash, vehicles, property, everything. Angela scans the numbers. And how much was properly documented and transferred to state coffers? $890,000. Angela does the math instantly. That's $2.7 million unaccounted for. Not missing, just redistributed into budget line items so vague they're meaningless. Administrative costs, legal settlements, equipment upgrades, things that don't require itemization. They're stealing from people and paying themselves with it. Under color of law, completely legal on paper, as long as nobody asks too many questions. Angela sits back. Process it. The scale of it. Not one bad cop. A system. An economy built on targeting vulnerable people, taking their property and splitting the proceeds. Her phone buzzes. Unknown number. She hesitates, then answers. Judge Wilson? A male voice. Older. Careful. This is Lieutenant Charles Anderson, Georgia State Patrol, Internal Affairs. I need to speak with you. Off the record. Angela's pulse quickens. I'm listening. Not over the phone. Can you meet me tonight? Peachtree Center parking garage, level 3, 9 p.m. Why should I trust you? Pause. Then, because I've been burying complaints for 5 years, and I can't do it anymore. Because your traffic stop wasn't random and you need to know what you're up against. Because tomorrow morning at 0800, Captain Hayes is ordering a complete purge of all Post 6 internal affairs files. Digital and physical. You have less than 48 hours before the evidence disappears forever. The line goes dead. Angela looks at Jennifer. We have a deadline. What do you mean? 48 hours. Then they destroy everything. Jennifer closes her laptop. Then we move fast. I'll publish what I have tomorrow morning. Early edition. Before they can react. I'll file discovery motions tonight. Emergency court order demanding all post-6 records be preserved pending investigation. Federal preservation order. They violate that, it's contempt and obstruction. Will they comply? They won't have a choice. Federal judges don't ask nicely. We order and we enforce. Angela stands. Check her watch. 7:30 p.m. 90 minutes until she meets Anderson. 48 hours until the evidence burns. And somewhere in those files is proof of something bigger. Something Anderson called her about. Something worth destroying evidence over. HH protocol. Highway hunters. She doesn't have all the pieces yet, but she's getting close, and they know it. Jennifer packs her laptop. Angela, be careful. These people have already proven they'll threaten a federal judge in broad daylight. What else are they willing to do? Angela thinks about that voicemail. The distorted voice. Drop this or your family pays. I don't know, she says, but I'm about to find out. She walks to her car, the Atlanta skyline glowing against the evening sky. Somewhere in that city, evidence is being gathered. Witnesses are coming forward, and a system that's operated in shadows for years is about to be dragged into the light. But first, she needs to know what she's really fighting. 9 p.m. can't come fast enough. The Fraternal Order of Police doesn't wait long. 2 days after Jennifer's article drops, they issue a press release. Fraternal Order of Police. Georgia Lodge Statement regarding Judge Angela Wilson. The FOP condemns Judge Angela Wilson's abuse of judicial authority to intimidate law enforcement officers performing their duties. Officer Sullivan conducted a lawful traffic stop. Judge Wilson's weaponization of her position undermines public safety. We call for an immediate ethics investigation by the 11th Circuit Judicial Council. Angela reads it in her chambers, feels the calculation behind every word. Abuse of authority. Weaponization, making her the problem. By evening, conservative talk radio runs with it. Cable news follows. They interview retired cops defending Sullivan. Nobody mentions the 31 complaints. Nobody mentions the $2.7 million. Just the narrative. Judge versus cop. Angela's phone rings at 10 p.m. Unknown number. She answers. Silence. Then breathing. Then a voice. Male. Distorted. Drop this. Who is this? You know who this is. Your niece, Jasmine, Savannah. She drives a blue Honda Civic, leaves for her morning jog at 6 a.m. Take Abercorn Street to Forsyth Park, alone. Angela's blood turns to ice. We know her schedule, Judge Wilson. We know where she lives, where she works, where she goes. Drop this case, or she pays. The line goes dead. Angela sits frozen, heart pounding. Then she's dialing, hands shaking. Diane? It's Angela. Is Jasmine home? Her sister's voice, sleepy. What? Yeah, she's asleep. Why? Lock the doors. Don't let her go anywhere alone tomorrow. I'm serious. Angela, what's going on? Just do it. Please, I'll explain later. She hangs up, calls the FBI, the same agent from before. They just threatened my niece. Directly. Specific details about her routine. We'll coordinate with Savannah PD. Increase patrols, but Judge Wilson, we can't provide 24-hour protection without an active federal case. Then open one. Pattern and practice investigation. Post 6. I have evidence. We're reviewing it, but these things take time. I don't have time. They just threatened an 18-year-old girl. Silence on the line. I'll see what I can do. Not good enough. But it's all she has. The next morning, the Georgia State Patrol issues their statement. GSP stands by Officer Sullivan. Preliminary review indicates he followed proper protocols. We are confident any objective review will vindicate him. Then the union escalates. Files formal complaint with the Judicial Council. Alleges Angela abused her position and engaged in judicial misconduct. Her colleague, Judge Martin, calls. Angela, they're coming after your seat. The union has lawyers, money, political connections. This could end your career. Then it ends my career. Is it worth it? Angela thinks of Jasmine, scared to drive. Think of Tiffany Brown, lost her rent money. Think of her father, silent all those years. Yes, it's worth it. That afternoon, her phone buzzed. Text from unknown number. A photo. Jasmine. Walking to her car. This morning. Taken from across the street. Message below. Last warning. Angela's hands shake. She forwards it to the FBI. To Savannah PD. To Diane. Then she opens her laptop. Pulls up the court motion she's been drafting. Emergency discovery order. Federal preservation mandate. Demands every post-6 file, every dash cam, every financial record. She adds one more section. Personal protection order for Jasmine Williams. Federal witness protection protocols. Then she signs it. Files it. Sends copies to Jennifer, to the FBI, to the Georgia Attorney General. Her phone rings. Diane. Crying. Angela, someone just tried to follow Jasmine. She's terrified. What is happening? Diane, listen to me. Pack a bag. Take Jasmine. Go to a hotel. Different names. Pay cash. Don't tell anyone where. I'm sending FBI agents to you within the hour. Who are these people? People who think they're above the law. But they're wrong. After she hangs up, Angela sits in her chambers, stares at the FOP statement still open on her screen. They want war? Fine. But they made a mistake. They threatened Jasmine. Made this personal. Made this about family. And Angela Wilson has spent 20 years learning how to fight. Not on the street. Not with guns. In courtrooms. With evidence. With the law they claim to serve. Her motion is filed. Discovery order signed. Federal preservation mandate active. Violate it, they face contempt, obstruction, federal charges. The hearing is scheduled for Monday. 3 days. Jennifer's article goes live tomorrow. Full exposure, names, numbers, Tiffany's testimony. And Angela? She's done being scared. They wanted to intimidate her. Instead, they gave her a target. She opens her desk drawer, pulls out the flash drive Anderson gave her. 5 years of buried complaints, every cover-up, every lie, plugs it in, start reading. By Monday, she'll know every name, every crime, every connection, and when she walks into that courtroom, she's bringing receipts they can't burn. The system protected them for years. Now it's going to bury them. Angela doesn't sleep that night. She sits in her study, laptop open, going through Anderson's flash drive, case after case, complaint after complaint. Years of people saying, this happened to me, and being told, we investigated, found nothing. Her phone buzzes. 2 a.m. Jennifer. Officer Bradley Thompson was admitted to hospital. Severe beating. Someone didn't like him talking to us. Thompson. The young officer at her stop. The one who looked uncomfortable. Now he's paying for it. This is the cost. Not just her career, real people getting hurt. Her father's voice. Survive first. Fight later if you can. But what if fighting means more people get hurt? What if she loses everything? The bench, Jasmine's safety, and nothing changes? What if 20 years of believing in the system was naive? Her phone rings. Diane. They came to the hotel. 2 men asked about us. We had to leave. Jasmine's asking if this is her fault. Angela's throat tightens. Tell her no. Tell her this is about people who abuse power and people who fight back. Can you fix this? For the first time, Angela doesn't have an answer. She walks to the window. 3 a.m. The city is sleeping. She thinks about dropping it, recusing, letting someone else fight, keeping Jasmine safe. Her phone buzzes. Email from Jennifer. Subject: You need to see this. A video file. Security footage. Gas station. 3 years ago. She presses play. A young black man, maybe 25, pumping gas. A patrol car pulls in. Officer approaches. Words exchanged. The man reaches for his wallet. The officer grabs him, slams him against the car, searches for him, takes cash from his pocket, drives away. The young man stands there, shaking, then leaves. Text below. Marcus Reed, age 24. This happened 3 years ago. He never reported it because he thought no one would believe him. He wants to testify. There are 1,823 more documented stops like this. Angela watches it again, sees Marcus's face, the humiliation. She thinks of her father, silent all those years. She thinks of Jasmine, scared to drive. She thinks of all the people telling the truth for years. Nobody listened. What if I lose everything? The bench? Jasmine's safety? But Daddy's voice echoes, "Fight later, if you can. Today I can." She opens her laptop, pulls up her motion, adds an amendment, expedited hearing, emergency injunction, federal oversight, attach the video, all 1,823 documented cases. Hits send. 4:15 a.m. Dawn breaks through her window. Her phone rings. DOJ, Washington office. Judge Wilson, we're opening a formal investigation, pattern and practice. Post 6. We'll need everything you have. I'll have it on your desk by noon. She hangs up. The weight lifts. Not all of it, but enough. The fight isn't over. But it's no longer hers alone. The door knocks. Early morning. She opens it. FBI agents. 2 of them. Judge Wilson, we're here to escort you and your family to protective custody, and we have warrants for Captain Hayes, Detective Morrison, and 19 other officers. Angela steps back. Let them in. When? Arrests start at 0600, 1 hour. She looks at the sunrise, pink and gold over Atlanta. After the longest night, dawn finally came, and it brought the DOJ with it. By sunrise, Jennifer's article goes live. Highway robbery. How Georgia State Patrol turned I-95 into a profit machine. By noon, it's everywhere. Front page, picked up by AP, shared 20,000 times. By 3 p.m., CNN runs it. NPR calls. The New York Times requests interviews, but the real explosion happens on social media. TikTok, Instagram, Twitter. People start posting their own stories. A teacher in Macon. This happened to me too. Sullivan, mile 112, 3 years ago. 50,000 views overnight. A college student. Same officer, same road, took $800. My tuition money. 120,000 views. A truck driver. I recorded my stop 2 years ago. Nobody cared? Until now. His dashcam footage suddenly matters. The hashtag @Highway95 Justice trends nationally. Angela watches it spread. Watch people realize they weren't alone, weren't crazy. Hundreds of comments, thousands. This happened to me. The ACLU releases a statement. We stand with Judge Wilson and call for immediate independent investigation. The pattern suggests systemic civil rights violations demanding federal oversight. By evening, a town hall is organized. Brunswick, 200 people packed into a church, standing room only. Jennifer records it. Send Angela the audio. Angela listens, hears voices, testimonies. Tiffany Brown at the microphone. I thought it was my fault, but it wasn't. Applause, long, sustained. An older man. My son won't drive that route anymore. Take back roads. Adds an hour. Because he's scared. More applause. Angrier. Angela hears all of it. Every story. They're not alone. Then something unexpected. A major Atlanta law firm calls Jennifer. Pro bono offer. Class action lawsuit. 263 plaintiffs. More joining every hour. Another call. A former gang member. Brunswick. I want to testify. Says he saw officers take cash from dealers, keep it, never log it. Names, dates, amounts. Jennifer verifies. It checks out. Even criminals are coming forward. Because this isn't about good versus bad. It's about power. Who gets to abuse it? By midnight, an online petition has 38,000 signatures. Demanding Sullivan's termination. Federal investigation. Accountability. National media calls. Washington Post. LA Times. Reuters. Too big to bury now. Angela's phone rings. Washington number. Judge Wilson, Assistant Attorney General Rebecca Hayes, Civil Rights Division. We're opening a full pattern and practice investigation into Post 6. We'll need witness cooperation and your testimony. You'll have it. What you did takes courage. Most people in my position don't know what it's like to stand on that shoulder. Pause. No, they don't. Angela breathes. The DOJ is in. The community mobilized. Evidence stacking. Her email pings. Lieutenant Anderson. Subject. The real data. Stop count was 1,823 documented. But that's just a complaint. I pulled the full database. Every stop, every officer, 5 years. Post 6. Total stops, 8,891. Demographics attached. Angela opens it. Her hands stop. This isn't just bad. This is systematic erasure of an entire community's Fourth Amendment rights. The numbers prove it. Tomorrow, the hearing. And she's bringing data that could end them all. The court order is signed August 2nd. Judge Patricia Hamilton, Northern District. U.S. District Court Order Number 24, CV 3389. The court orders Georgia State Patrol to produce complete traffic stop data for Post 6, January 2019 to July 2024. 14 days. Not negotiable. GSP tries to fight. Hamilton denies in 24 hours. The data comes. Dr. Emily Roberts, Georgia Tech, analyzes it. Angela meets her. Laptop open. 5 years, Post 6, 8,891 stops. Angela's eyes widened. Almost 9,000. Dr. Roberts clicks. Pie chart. 82%, Black or Latino drivers. Actual traffic, 31%. 3-to-1 disparity. Prima facie profiling. Next slide. Search rates. 79% Black and Latino. 21% white. Contraband found. 3 points. 2% total. Another chart. Sullivan. 214 stops. 206. Drivers of color. 96%. Not a pattern. Mission. Can you testify? Gladly. Final slide. Anomalies. Stops logged under Sullivan's badge when he was off duty. Badge sharing across 17 officers. A network. WhatsApp group. Highway Hunters. 17 Georgia officers. But coordination with South Carolina, Florida, Alabama, Tennessee, North Carolina. 6-state network. Who created it? Oldest message. 2011. Creator. Judge retired Conway. Richard Conway. Angela's predecessor. Her mentor. He designed it. Listen. Audio. Conway's voice. These people, you know who, drive with cash, easy targets, no lawyers, pull over, seize assets. Law protects you. I will ensure it from the bench. Racial slurs follow. Planning. Instructions. Angela feels sick. The man who recommended her. Interstate criminal enterprise, 14 years. Angela stands. Tomorrow, hearing. But the real defendant isn't in the room. It's the system. Network spanning 6 states, reaching into the judiciary. I need everything. Tonight, Angela calls the DOJ. Expand investigation. 6 states, 17 officers, federal judge. The phone buzzes, unknown number. Judge Wilson, Officer Sullivan, need to meet tonight. I'll flip. Testify against everyone. Morrison, Hayes, Conway, all of it. Need immunity, protection. They'll kill me if they know. Sullivan, flipping. Star witness. She forwards it to the DOJ. FBI. Replies, FBI contacts you within an hour. Don't go home. Don't tell anyone. Another text. This one makes her breath catch. Aunt Angela, it's Jasmine. Don't freak out. But I need to tell you something. I've been working with the FBI since May. They recruited me after Maya's stop. I've been documenting everything. Who follows me, who calls, threats. I'm sorry I didn't tell you. But they needed someone inside the family. Someone they could threaten to expose the network. I'm okay. I'm safe. And Mom knows. We're both in protective custody now. The agents say you're about to break this wide open. I'm proud of you. Love you. Angela reads it 3 times. Jasmine, FBI informant, since May, 3 months before Angela's stop. The Bureau was already investigating. They used Jasmine as bait. Let them threaten her. Documented every move. Angela calls the FBI agent. You used my niece? With her consent and her mother's. Judge Wilson, Jasmine came to us. After what happened to her friend, she wanted to help, and she did. We have recordings of Morrison discussing the network. Hayes coordinating stops. Even Conway on a call 2 weeks ago planning how to destroy evidence. Your niece is a hero. Angela sits down, dizzy, angry, relieved, proud. Jasmine put herself at risk. For justice. Just like her aunt. The hearing tomorrow, the agent says. We're moving it to federal court. RICO charges, conspiracy, civil rights violations, pattern and practice, all of it. Sullivan flips at 0800. Grand jury convenes at 10. Indictments by noon. We're taking down the whole network. 6 states, 32 officers, 2 judges. And it all started because you refused to stay quiet on that highway. Angela hangs up. Look at the data on screen. The numbers. The proof. 5 years of lies. 14 years of theft. A network spanning states. Tomorrow it ends. And her niece, brave, brilliant Jasmine, helped end it. Angela texts back. I'm proud of you too. So proud. See you soon. Love you forever. Then she opens her laptop, begins writing her testimony, because tomorrow she's not just a victim, she's a witness. And the receipts are coming. The Atlanta City Council Public Safety Committee hearing is August 5th. Public. On record. Under oath. Every seat filled. Cameras everywhere. CNN, NPR, New York Times. Angela sits in the gallery, not on the bench, just a witness. But everyone knows who holds the power. Committee Chair Malcolm Stevens calls order. Officer Derek Sullivan, approach. Sullivan walks to the witness table, pale, shaking, his lawyer beside him. Immunity deal signed. Officer Sullivan, you're under oath. On July 15th, why did you pull over Judge Wilson? Sullivan swallows. I believed she changed lanes without signaling. GPS and traffic cameras show she didn't. For 17 miles. Revise your statement? Sullivan looks at his lawyer. A nod. I may have been mistaken. Mistaken or targeted? I was following protocol. Stevens leans forward. What protocol requires pulling over a driver who committed no violation? A highway interdiction protocol. gasps in the room. Stevens projects Dr. Roberts' data. 5 years, 214 stops, 206. Black or Latino drivers, 96%. Explain. I was told to focus on high-value targets. By who? Captain Hayes, Detective Morrison. They said certain vehicles, certain drivers, were more likely to have contraband. Certain drivers? You mean black drivers? Silence. Yes or no? Yes. The room erupts. Stevens bangs the gavel. Order! Stevens pulls up the WhatsApp chat. Highway hunters. You were part of this. 17 officers, 6 states, coordinating stops, sharing targets, splitting seized assets, correct? Yes. Who created it? Sullivan closes his eyes. Judge Richard Conway, retired federal judge, 2011. He set up the system, taught us how to make stops legal on paper. Absolute silence, then chaos. Stevens waits. How much money did you seize? Over 5 years? 160,000. Documented? 40,000. Where did the rest go? Split among officers. Some to Hayes, some to settle funds. Stevens turns to the audience. Systematic theft under color of law. He calls the next witness. Commissioner Richard Moore. Moore approaches, gray, defeated. Commissioner, were you aware 82% of Post 6 stops targeted people of color? Quiet. I was aware of community concerns. Not concerned? Data? Yes or no? Long silence. Yes, I knew. And you did nothing. The union fought changes. You didn't think you had to follow the Constitution? No answer. Stevens closes his folder. This committee recommends immediate termination of Officer Sullivan, suspension of 127 officers pending federal investigation, federal takeover of Post 6 operations, Commissioner Moore's resignation, criminal referral to DOJ for all involved. Gavel down. Outside, Angela stands on courthouse steps. Microphones. Cameras. Judge Wilson, how does it feel? She looks at the crowd. Tiffany Brown, 43 faces. Jennifer, Jasmine in the back, safe now. Today, accountability began. 127 officers under investigation, $48 million returned to victims, federal oversight, permanent, real reform. Are you satisfied? I'll be satisfied when my niece can drive without fear, when being black isn't probable cause. She walks away. The fight isn't over, but today, they won. 3 weeks later, the announcements came. Officer Derek Sullivan, suspended without pay, pending federal prosecution. 127 Post 6 officers, under federal investigation. Captain Gerald Hayes, stripped of command, facing criminal charges. Commissioner Richard Moore, forced retirement. Detective Carl Morrison, arrested. Obstruction. Witness intimidation. Corruption. The Department of Justice opens a full pattern and practice investigation. Federal oversight. Consent decree. Permanent reform. Post 6 implements mandatory body cameras with independent review. Public dash cam database. Civilian Oversight Board for complaints. No more missing files. No more buried complaints. The missing 48 million? Federal prosecutors are tracing every dollar. Asset forfeiture victims receiving reimbursement checks. 43 million returned so far. More is coming. Judge Richard Conway, under investigation. A federal grand jury convened. The architect is facing his own system. It's not perfect. It's not complete. But it's a start. 6 months later, Jasmine drives on I-95. Same stretch. Mile marker 112. Blue Honda Civic. Lights flash behind her. Her hands tighten on the wheel. Heart races. That familiar fear. She pulls over. The officer approaches. Young, black, female. New uniform design. Body camera visible and recording. Good afternoon, ma'am. I'm Officer Williams, Georgia State Patrol. I clocked you at 73 in a 70 zone. Just wanted to give you a courtesy reminder to watch your speed. Have a safe day. No search, no demands, no intimidation. Just courtesy. Jasmine drives away, hands steady. She texts Angela. Got pulled over. It was normal, like it should be. Angela reads it in her chambers, smiles, progress. Angela returns to her bench. Back to work. A new case file. Traffic stop. Officer testimony. Defendant claims profiling. She reads it differently now. Questions are harder. Demands evidence. Because she knows what it feels like on that shoulder. Outside her window, the city moves. People driving, living, trusting. It's fragile trust. Hard won. Easily broken. But worth fighting for. A badge doesn't make you right. Evidence does. And sometimes one person refusing to stay quiet is all the evidence needed to tear down a wall. Final statistics. 8,891 stops reviewed. 1,823 illegal stops documented. Justice delivered for 1,703 cases. 120 cases still pending. The system can work, but only if we make it work. To everyone watching, have you ever been pulled over for no reason? Felt targeted, profiled, powerless? Share your story in the comments. Your voice matters. Your experience matters. Record everything. The system fears your camera more than you fear their badge. If this moves you, tap like and hit subscribe. Not for hype, but so more people who need this will see it. Angela lit the spark. We kept it burning. Justice doesn't end when the gavel drops. It begins when we refuse to stay silent. Together, we make the system work.
This story shouldn't be the exception. It should be the last time it ever happens. At Beat Stories, we turn one moment of injustice into a call for change. Subscribe to help make that call louder and longer lasting.